Who over what? A Christmas message. Christmas is the celebration of the moment the Who became flesh and blood and entered our story to make a way for us to have victory over the what. God, the Who, the great I am, our Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, our Creator, existed before time itself, before night and day, before beginnings and endings, before creation ever took its first breath. And from the very beginning of time, when God spoke light into darkness and breathed a spirit into human form, the what has been at work. The enemy, the deceiver, the thief who comes to steal, kill, and destroy. In the Garden of Eden, he succeeded in deceiving Adam and Eve, not by force, but by shifting their focus. He convinced them to choose what over the who. What they wanted, what they believed was missing, what they thought they lacked. Instead of resting in the completeness of who they already were and whose they already were. And in that moment, the power, authority, and dominion God had given humanity was stolen. From there, humanity became entangled in the what, chasing, striving, performing, living under a counterfeit way of life. But God was never surprised. Before time began, he already knew we would need a way back, a way to return to him, a way to return to who we were created to be. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Jesus, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, left the glory of heaven to be born of the Virgin Mary. The who entered the world of the what, not in power, not in prestige, not in performance, but in humility, in obscurity, in surrender. Everything about his birth was intentional. Everything pointed back to who he is. Because it's only because of who he is that he could accomplish what he came to do. And that's why the what works hard to remove Jesus from Christmas. Because Christmas isn't just a holiday, it's a declaration. It's the celebration of the greatest gift ever given. A gift no amount of giving, doing, or achieving could ever come close to matching. It's no coincidence that Christmas is both a season of increased generosity and increased anxiety, increased connection and increased loneliness, increased joy and increased depression and despair. Because Christmas is a moment when the what comes hard against the who. But here's the truth. The light entered the darkness, and the darkness could not overcome it. Christmas reminds us the who has already won, which is why you don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to strive for belonging, and you don't have to live enslaved to the what, because the who stepped into our story to bring us back to himself. Know this, the who has come, the who is with us, and because of him, you can live free from the counterfeit life and return to who you were always created to be. Merry Christmas from the who over what.